In this second video, I want to talk about starting with the finish in mind. So my name's Julian Mellor from propergolfing.com, and I've releasing this 7-part series of how to really help improve your golf game. Now, a part of the golf swing that's massively overlooked, I'm going to say by the majority of golfers and an awful lot of coaches out there, is they don't really talk about the finish. They often talk about the backswing and getting the body in the right positions. They'll talk about the start of the downswing and impact, but they never really pay much attention to the finish. Now, in my experience, what you can't do is falsify your finish. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you why it's important and how to repeat it. So let's get on to the subject of the finish. Now, I've got here a little sand wedge. So if I was just playing a short shot, so let's say I was only trying to hit it 20, 30 yards, do you ever think about your finish? You know, mostly we'll try and get the backswing right, the strike, but we don't really pay too much attention to what happens after that. So if I just wanted to play a little shot over there, I've gone through the first video, so I've got my setup correctly, but I now know that it's really important to make sure that I'm moving my body well. So if I was hitting a shot towards you guys, so if I only want a short shot, I only need a short finish, but I also want to make sure that I'm finishing correctly. So by holding your finish, I can now check to see if I've transferred my weight very well. I can check to see where I'm facing. I can check to see where my club's going, what my club face is looking like, depending on what shot I'm trying to do. But if I just hit a shot and let go and never pay any attention to the finish, how can I ever learn and how can I ever repeat my golf swing? So let's say I'm just playing a little shot. I want to now make sure that everything is moving correctly. So I've just played a 20-yard shot, 30-yard shot, everything's in the right place. My body's in the right place, my club's in the right place, my arms have moved correct, and most importantly, look where my head is. So I'm not here and stuck down and playing that awful motion that I see so many times with golfers from here. Little shots, body doesn't do anything, arms pull in, and they miss-hit the shot so consistently doing that one. Whereas what we're looking for is just really good body movement. So let's say I'm happy with my short finish. Now I want to show you the full finish. So the full finish, let's go into a little bit more detail about what we're looking for. So if I do this from face on to start off with, we know that the body needs to turn, the weight needs to transfer really well in the backswing, but we also want that to replicate the same movement on the follow through. So I want my body to turn, I want my weight to transfer really well, and most importantly, I want to know what this golf club's doing through impact. So again, an issue that I see a lot of golfers do is they'll hold the club. They won't really release the club. They'll hold the finish here and then do the wrist right at the very end. It's what I would call a bit of a false finish. Now what we're looking to do is let's see if we can get this to flow all the way through. Now the things that I like to see, so if we were to stop this on camera, what we would see, what I like to see now is a straight left side of the body. I don't really like to see too much curvature in here because that puts a lot of pressure on your back. So I like to see the body nice and straight. I like to see the belt buckle facing my target. So my hips, my upper body, my head is now facing the target. The other thing that's really cool, if I just show you this from sideways on, I should be able to see the whole sole of your shoe. If your shoe's pointing this way, we know that your body's not transferring very well. So we want to get that all the way so you can see the sole of your shoe. We're also looking to finish in balance. So if you're a bit like your car, if your wheels are not balanced, the steering wheel wobbles. If you're not balanced, your club face is going to be wobbling. So it's really important to hold a balanced finish once you've hit the shot. Ideally, I want you to hold that for 2 seconds minimum. It's not posing, it's just getting into really good habits of holding a balanced finish. Now, if you're swinging poorly, so if I come over the top from here, I'll now fall off balance, or if I'm swinging a bit too flat, I might find myself leaning backwards, or worse still, keeping all your weight on your back foot when you've hit that shot and topping it, pulling it left, just hitting really awful golf shots. If my left heel's off the floor at the end of my golf swing, I know that there's something wrong there. So holding your finish is really important. What I like people to do sometimes is just go into a really good finish to start with and then bring that all the way back to the start, rather than everybody concentrates on the backswing, the start, the downswing, but nobody really thinks too much about the finish. But if your finish is good, I guarantee to you that you're going to be hitting a lot of fantastic golf shots. So it's not just the full swing, it's the short swings as well, and the ones that are in between. Make sure you're releasing the club correctly and you're not holding on to it for too long. Let it flow, end up in that great finish. Pose for 2 seconds, if you want to call it that. It's not really posing, it's just finishing your golf swing off correctly. If you pay attention to your finish, it's definitely going to lower your scores. So go out there, give it some practice, get on the range, video yourself, have somebody watch you, make sure you're doing this correctly, make it become a normal habit, and it will start to lower your scores. So this is the second video in this series. I'm going to release the next one tomorrow.